Nithyanandam. My name is Caden. I'm originally from the United States of America. I am 20 years old and I come from a pretty typical Western background. I actually not dropped out of college. I did a little bit of college and decided to come here to the Nithyananda Adinam. But before, I was living a very normal life. I had a nice home. I lived with my younger sister and my two parents. I went to high school at a public school and I had a part-time job. Very normal life, but there was always something missing. And actually, this material lifestyle that is so normal in the West, once I grew to about 18 or in my older teens, I really started to realize that this life was not for me. If I'm being honest, actually, it was taking such a toll on me that I could really tell I was very depressed, very non-enthusiastic about life, indulging in things like drugs, bad lifestyle choices like this. And I always knew that I wanted something more. And one weekend, around my 19th birthday, Swamiji just appeared into my life. There was a temple in my hometown of Phoenix, Arizona, and I went for a weekend workshop. It was Paradox of Freedom was the workshop. It was around May time, 2017, and this was my first workshop. I remember seeing Swamiji for the first time. This was my first introduction to Hinduism really at all. All that I knew about Hinduism is that they had a bunch of gods. I remember taking my shoes off, going into this temple, and not knowing what to expect. And then these curtains just open. And that was like the last moment that I really remember about my old life. Everything completely changed once I saw Swamiji. I didn't know it at the time, but I had an incredible Kundalini experience. My back just straightened up. I had a huge smile on my face, and this bliss was just radiating through my body, and I had no idea what was going on, but I knew that Swamiji, His Divine Holiness, Paramahamsa Shri Nithyananda, was the answer that I had been looking for. So about 6 months after that, I decided it was time to come for Maharaj in December 2017. And this was a time of a lifetime because I got to experience the ambiance of the Adinam and what this lifestyle was really about. I was watching some YouTube videos of devotees or people who lived at the Adinam already, and I was super excited to come experience this. I knew that Swamiji was my guru. I knew that this was an important part of my life, and I wanted to explore it more. And so this December Maharaj program, we manifested powers. I got to experience what a real sattvic vegetarian diet, how that feels, making it a lifestyle. I got to see our Goshala with ahimsa-based cows. I got to see the temple lifestyle, what all of this was about. And I got darshan of Swamiji, my guru. And he just installed so many powerful cognitions, so many different things that really changed my whole life. So at this point, I knew that it was my life itself. I knew very soon that I wanted to be sannyas. So I went back home to pay off some debts, pretty much wrap up my life, finish what small amount of college I had left. I finished up 2 years total, so I have the very minimal degree that you can get. And I decided to come back to India. And very auspiciously, there was about a week transition when I came to India from when I was actually staying in the Adinam, just based on paperwork that I had to fill out and things like this. I came about 6 p.m. one night, my first night at the Adinam after being in India, and the sannyas initiation was about 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. So I came literally and took sannyas the first night that I stayed at the Adinam. And I don't even know how to explain. I don't feel like the same person at all. I remember we had to shave also. I had like this pretty a long beard, mustache that covered my lip, and I shaved, and I felt like a whole new being. The day or two after, I would look into the mirror, and I would not recognize who was looking back. And I was just radiating this complete new space. And I think that's the important part that I want to iterate. Like, sannyas is such a powerful lifestyle. It is about ferociously declaring to the world that nothing means more to you than Swamiji. It means manifesting powers. It means living life to the absolute maximum. It means instead of being victim to life, you are in control and powerful with your life. You get to live how you want. And these are the boons, the blessings, the benefits that come when you surrender at the Guru's feet, when you find your Guru, and you really start to devote your life to the divine. And Swamiji is bringing this very, maybe long lost, it has stayed alive at least in India through a very small amount of gurus. But in the West, this is something that you cannot find. So Swamiji is reviving this ancient Vedic tradition, which I truly believe is the only thing that humanity needs. This is the way to enlightenment. And if you're not living for enlightenment, to make your cells and your actual body radiate with this cosmic constitution, then there's no reason to live. This is the only reason, is to expand and to imbibe consciousness. So Swamiji is the only person who is authentically bringing this religion, this lifestyle, this spiritual practice back. He is giving humanity a superconscious breakthrough, and now we're expanding to the West. There's so much going on. This is going to go into more than just these select few who have known this practice in India. And this is the time really for sannyas and for Sanatana Hindu Dharma to take over the world and revive its glory which it once had. Because things are not supposed to be like this, as you might guess, or you might feel like they're not supposed to. At once there was a golden age of the Vedic times. So really we're all supposed to be, we're hardwired for enlightenment. And the message I want to share, sannyas has empowered me so much. Now sannyas might not be for everyone, but Sanatana Hindu Dharma, living the Vedic lifestyle, is something that you should not miss. It is an experience which will give you a transformation that you have been waiting for. It's so special to me, and I cherish the blessing for being able to live this life. It's something really I can see that I've waited lifetimes and lifetimes for. There's nothing more significant about this. There's nothing I'd rather do, and I think that this is something that nobody should miss. This is spiritual enlightenment science being made readily available to you in so many forms. Whether it's the Enlighten app that Swamiji has come out with, whether it is the Anadan, meaning free food that Swamiji is giving, that is organic and vegetarian, to anyone who comes to the ashrams, the adinams. They're openly fed. Whether it is the temples which allow you to learn this Vedic lifestyle. Anything. Really, I'm at a loss for words. I'm trying to explain something that cannot be explained. Something only that can be experienced. And I think this is exactly what I'm trying to say. It is something that needs to be experienced. It is something that you will thank yourself for giving to yourself. The biggest blessing. Knowing your Guru and surrendering to your Guru. And really just imbibing this super conscious lifestyle. There are so many different aspects too that have to do with the rawness of sannyas life. Whether this is the awesome yoga that we do in the morning, the Shiva Stamba pole yoga, which is super intense and builds all different parts of the body, which you can find nowhere else in the world. Anything about our lifestyle practice, getting up early with a cold shower, anything like this. There's wearing this kavi, the certain way wearing it has a science to it. Sanatana Hindu Dharma has a science behind everything. And this really just develops you spiritually. The reason behind everything is only there to make you spiritually evolve. This is something that is not offered in any other lifestyles, religions that I know. And there are so many different aspects. There's a part for everyone in Hinduism, in Sanatana Dharma. And this is the message that I really just want to share, is that sannyas has changed my life. Now, instead of living in depression, I'm so happy. Instead of, I have this confidence in my body and I am so accepting of myself rather than having this terrible body dysmorphia image or judgment, always looking at myself. The way I interact with other people, I can openly express how I feel because I'm more confident in myself. And I can see the beauty in other people, whereas I used to be intimidated by people. Actually, even diet. I adopted vegetarian lifestyle before I came here, but it was nothing like what Swamiji was providing. Swamiji gives us 3 meals a day, food always provided, hot food, so much different selection. In America, you have to pay so much amount of money for a small selection that you might not even know is truly organic. Swamiji gives so much. I'm just so thankful for Swamiji. So thankful for Swamiji and everything that Hinduism, Sanatana Dharma has brought into my life. Really, you should experience this too. That's all. Nithyanandam.